What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majoras Mask 3D. In the last episode, we helped out the Gorman troop leader back in Clocktown, came here to Ikana and talked to a couple of the ninjas, revived the spring as it were, which unlocked the music box house, and in this episode, well, it's probably a good idea to start by going inside that house, so let's do it. But yeah, as soon as we approach it, this little girl will spot us and run back inside, so I guess she is kind of frightened by our presence, which is unfortunate because now, well, it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting inside this house anytime soon. I feel like we're being watched. I don't think she's going to come out while we're here. Let's back off and see what happens from a distance. Alright, that seems like a good idea, Tattle. Now, obviously, we want to entice this little girl to leave her house, and the best way to do that is by scaring the crap out of her. So let's grab our blast mask real quick because, well, we're going to create a very loud explosion right behind her house, and hopefully that will entice her to come outside, and sure enough, it worked. Fantastic. So now, let's just remain out of sight, and she's actually going to make her way over to the well just like the ninjas said, but as soon as she's far enough away, let's just sneak past her, and now we can go right inside the house. So it's kind of like breaking and entering, but don't worry, it's not that big of a deal. As you can see though, there's really not a whole lot going on up here, so let's head downstairs, and well yeah, there's still not a whole lot going on, but there is this cool little closet, and oh my gosh, what is this? It's like a half-human, half-Gibdo weird zombie thing. Let's check it out with Tattle. This mummy looks different, sort of like it's here waiting for his human heart to be healed. Well, do something. Haven't you figured it out yet? Alright, I think we got the right idea, so let's grab our ocarina and of course play the Song of Healing. This is actually a really cool part of the game, and I think a lot of people who have played Majora's Mask really do appreciate this scene. But yeah, playing the Song of Healing will actually turn this guy back to normal. So there we go. See? He was just an ordinary person. Father? Father! Pamela! What have I been doing this whole time? You haven't been doing anything. You had a bad dream. You were just having a little nightmare. Pamela. And hey, check it out. It's a new mask. So with that, we got ourselves the Gibdo mask. This mask was once the hideous face of Pamela's father. This mask looks so real that even a Gibdo would mistake you as one of its own. Aw, isn't that just sweet? We reunited a child and her father. We should probably just let them be, though. It does beg the question as to how he actually ended up like that. The only thing we really know is that he moved here to study the undead, so maybe he somehow transformed himself into a Gibdo. Who knows? What I do know is that Pamela has a weird fixation on the area beneath the well, and I kinda want to know what's down there, but first, we need to get some items. Like, we could go down there now, but in order to make some progress, we need some items, and on a normal occasion, you would probably have all the items that you need already, but since I did reset time recently, my inventory is pretty much empty, so let's head back to Clocktown. And we're going to start by going and grabbing the 100 rupees that respawns every time you reset time, just because that should give us close to enough rupees to purchase everything that we will need. We'll probably need like 50 extra rupees from the bank, but that's really not that big of a deal. Some of the stuff we can get here in Clocktown, but there are a couple of things that we will need to leave and get. Like, we need to go to the Southern Swamp to get ourselves a magic bean. Then we also need to go to the Gorman Track and get ourselves some milk. Along the way, hopefully, we'll be able to pick up some other stuff like while we're traveling through Termina Field, so that's kind of my plan. Anyways, before we do all that, though, let's just head over to the bank and withdraw 50 more rupees, and then we should be good to go. So hello, Mr. Banker, sir. It's been a while since I've talked to you, but I do need some money, so give me 50 rupees. Thank you very much. Okay, so now that we have the funds for this expedition, let's head over to West Clocktown and start buying all the items that we need. First things first, let's head over to the bomb shop because I want to buy a powder keg. Now, it is worth mentioning that you do not need a powder keg for the Beneath the Well area itself, but the area right after that is where you will need it, and there is no way to teleport to that area. So, if you don't buy the powder keg now, you'd have to come all the way back this way. So it's much easier just to, buy it now and save yourself some time. So alright, now that that is out of the way, let's continue our shopping spree by going over to the general store here in town and picking up a couple of other items. First things first, let's grab an empty bottle because we need a fish, believe it or not. And yes, right here, you can just grab the fish inside this little tiny pond, free of charge. But that's not all we actually need, so let's talk to the store owner, and believe it or not, I actually want to buy some Deku Nuts. Now, the reason why I'm buying these is because they have a pretty low drop rate in Termina Field, so it'll be much safer just to, buy them instead of relying on, like, RNG to pick them up while you're going through Termina Field. And, speaking of which, what do you say we make our way over to the Gorman Track now? That way we can buy ourselves some milk. Now, I know I could technically just, teleport over to Milk Road, but if I did that, I'd be missing out on this opportunity to roll through the grasses of Goron and pick up a couple of other items. I want to try and get a little bit more magic, and, I actually do need regular bombs, and normally you can find those pretty easily while rolling through Termina Field, so hopefully we can find those, when we're on our way to the Southern Swamp. For now, though, let's just go right over to the Gorman Track, and we'll talk to one of the Gorman bros and get ourselves some milk. So what's going on, buddy? Won't you buy some fresh milk? This is just between you and me. That milk they produce down yonder at Romani Ranch is watered down a bit. It's not worth drinking. We don't do that kind of thing here. Ours is the real deal. It's always fresh and full of vitamins. It's true. I'll sell it cheap just for you. How about it? Alright, so this is going to set us back 50 rupees, but you know what? We need it, so I guess it's well worth the price. Much obliged. Okay, so now that we got that, let's just roll our way right over to the Southern Swamp, and hopefully along the way, we can find some regular bombs and a little more magic, because after we get those two things, the last thing that we need is actually a magic bean, which of course we can get very easily in the Southern Swamp. And normally, you get bombs pretty easily while you're rolling around through Termina Field. This is the first time I have never gotten a bomb while doing so. Thankfully, yeah, there's a couple more bushes around here that hopefully will give us some bombs, or not. Alright, I think there's one last, patch of bushes around here that maybe will give us bombs. So hopefully, give me some bombs, please. Yes, there we go. Thank you very much. Now that we got that, all we gotta do is buy this magic bean as a Deku Scrub, and we are good to go. At least, it didn't take us too long to get everything that we need, and I still feel like resetting time was the, correct decision to make, because I wanted to make sure I have enough time to get to the next owl statue. That way we can just teleport there anytime we need to, because had I not have reset time, I'm not so sure I would have made it all the way to the owl statue in time, and if I didn't, there would have been a lot of stuff that I would have had to redo, which is kind of a shame, and I really don't like to do that. So yeah, I'm okay with resetting time and going back to collect a few items, but now that we're done, all we have to do is enter the well. So let's get to it, man. I'm actually really excited to do so, because underneath the well, it's kind of like a labyrinth, if you will, and towards the end, we're going to get a very cool item, and it's also going to lead us into the next area, which is a really cool area. Anyways, this is the entrance to the well. Now, there's a ladder right there, and what I like to do is just, fall towards it, and normally, you will land on the ladder, and you can just, climb down from halfway, which is a lot faster. You could just jump, all the way down, but you will take a little bit of fall damage. Anyway, we've finally made it beneath the well. Now, first things first, grab your Gibdo mask, because you're going to want to wear this the entire time you're down here. As you can see, Gibdos are blocking every doorway, but if you wear this mask, you can actually talk to them. Leave it, leave it. Leave me something crunchy that sprouts leaves when watered. So each Gibdo is going to ask you for an item. This guy wants a magic bean, so let's just give it to him. This, I bear you no remorse. Yeah, if you give them the item that they want, they will burn away and let you pass. So that's why we needed all the items to make progress down here. Now, if you look at the map, this area seems big, right? Well, not all of it's actually required, so we're going to be skipping over a good majority of it. Leave it, leave it. Leave me something that flashes brightly and can be also dropped like a bomb. Alright, so this guy, he wants a Deku Nut, so we'll just give him one of these real quick. Here you go. This, I bear you no remorse. So, yeah, there is a lot of stuff you can see down here, just most of it is not important. So we're going to be taking the express route and, pretty much going directly to what we need. But before we can do that, we do need one more item. Leave it, leave it. Leave me something that goes boom. Okay, so this guy wants a normal bomb. Do not give him the powder keg. That's not what it's for. This, I bear you no remorse. Okay, so the reason why I came all the way this direction is because, like I was saying, we do need one more item. And, right in the center of this room is the opportunity to get it. So, yeah, guess what? Another big Poe will appear. And we actually need this to trade to one of the Gibdos. So, we're gonna fight him and put him inside our empty bottle. Now, I guess you could technically fast forward to the night of day 3 and fight the big Poe underneath the grave, although that really wouldn't leave you with a lot of time, so I really don't recommend doing that. And this one's right along the way, so it just makes sense to go for this one rather than the other one. But yeah, so after we kill this guy, we have to backtrack like 2 rooms, and then it'll pretty much be a straight shot to the exit, which is kind of nice. So hopefully like 1 or 2 more hits and this guy will go down. I probably could use like fire arrows or something to kill him faster, but you know what? I really don't want to waste my magic. Anyways, he's already dead, so now let's just quickly grab an empty bottle, pick this guy up, and then we'll be on our way. So, ta-da! There we go. We got ourselves a big Poe. A shame we can't sell this guy, but you know what? I guess it will be used for a good cause as well. Let's just backtrack to the room before this one. I think that's where we need to go. I should mention that I believe there are like wall masters in these rooms too, so try and move a little bit quickly. Anyways, let's talk to this guy. Leave it, leave it. Leave me something fresh that thrives in water. Okay, so this guy, he just wants a normal fish, so have fun with this. Not really sure why you want it. This, I bear you no remorse. Who am I to judge you, Gibdo, though? If a fish makes you happy, it makes you happy. Okay, so now, yeah, like I said, it's pretty much a straight shot, so let's just keep going forward and talk to this guy. Leave it, leave it. Leave me a ghost, a big one at that. Yeah, so this is the guy who wants the big Poe, so here you go, friend. This, I bear you no remorse. Yeah, you better not. It took me a long time to get that. Alright, and I believe there's only one more Gibdo that we need to talk to, and he's right through here. So be careful of like this little tiny spike trap. It's pretty easy to avoid and go through. And guess what? Here is the last Gibdo. Leave it, leave it. Leave me something that a nearby cow makes when you play a certain song. Okay, so this guy, he just wants some regular milk. Drink up, me hearty. This, I bear you no remorse. Now, what he was talking about is actually if you find a cow in the wild, you can play Epona's song for it, and it will give you some milk. Anyways, here is the final room. And guess what? There's only one thing to do. There are 4 torches that are unlit, so obviously let's grab our fire arrows and just, light these bad boys, shall we? Because after we do so, we're gonna get ourselves a pretty nice upgrade to one of our items. And ta-da! That's going to cause this chest to appear. So you know what? Let's open this bad boy up and see exactly what this is. What was all our work for? Well, guess what, guys? We got ourselves the mirror shield. So although this doesn't really like increase our defense or anything like that, what it does do is reflect light. So now what we can do is pull out our shield, and if we're standing in like the sun or whatever, we can reflect light on these sun switches, which will activate different things like causing this ladder to appear. Now, right above that ladder, yeah, there's actually a block with a sunspot on it, so if we shine the light at that, it's actually going to cause the block to disappear. So this opens up a whole new variety of puzzles that we can solve, and it's going to be kind of awesome. I really do love the mirror shield, although it does kind of look like really, really thick on the 3D version of this game. Not sure if that's just me, but yeah, it seems kind of like it's a brick almost. Anyways, I'd like to welcome you guys to the Ancient Castle of Ikana. This area is really stinking cool, and it has great music. I cannot wait to explore this, but you know what? We're going to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.